Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. I just read the new leaks and I had to jump on here immediately because no one else in my real life understands this and I am losing my actual mind. Are they actually going to kill off Gwen Rizchek? I can't even process this. I mean, part of me is screaming and wants to throw my TV out the window, but another part of me is like, wow. The writers are actually cooking for once, and it is an absolute feast. And before you all come for me in the comments, I know some people are absolutely loving the idea of Gwen finally biting the dust. I see the Twitter threads. I see the Facebook groups. I know she's controversial and she's done terrible things. Let's be real, the whole thing with Abigail was unforgivable for a lot of you guys. And the Sarah Horton antidote situation? Messy. So messy. But personally, I think losing her permanently would be a massive mistake. She brings so much flavor to Salem. She is the chaotic energy this town desperately needs. But, and this is a huge but, the way they are writing this death, or whatever it's going to end up being, is absolute soap opera perfection. I am obsessed. I am literally obsessed. Because let's look at the facts that just leaked. Gwen going to Leo Stark? Absolute genius. She recently went to Leo and basically dropped this nuclear bomb on his lap, offering him the literal story of a lifetime. The scoop of the century for his little gossip column. But the catch? She warned him that he can only hit publish if she is dead. I mean, the absolute drama of a dead man's switch in Salem. I am living for this trope. It's so deliciously vindictive. It is just so Gwen. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up. Why is she even doing this? Okay, back to the point. We need to talk about the absolute menace that is EJ DiMera. So we all know how EJ operates, right? The man is a ruthless, scheming, backstabbing DiMera through and through. He is his father's son, and he loves to remind us of it every 5 minutes. Gwen knows exactly how EJ works. She's been in the trenches with him. She knows that when you deal with the devil, you need an exit strategy. And EJ is the devil right now. Gwen had so much dirt to spill ever since she started working with EJ. They had this incredibly lucrative deal. She was funding his secret lab. But what does EJ do? He completely backs out of the terms. He tossed her aside like yesterday's trash and infuriated her. Who actually believes this is going to end well for him? You do not just cross Gwen Rizchek and expect her to roll over and cry about it. No, she gets even. The spoilers say this is exactly why Gwen is now hoping to seize control of the hospital once EJ is forced out. I mean, think about what EJ is actually hiding down in that lab. Doctor, Rolf is running around panicking because the Versavix serum is completely failing. They literally brought Lexi Carver back from the dead, which is insane on its own, but now the test rats are dying again. Lexi is starting to show terrifying symptoms. EJ is playing God and failing miserably. And Gwen funded this. She knows where the bodies are buried, both literally and figuratively. If that letter gets out, EJ isn't just looking at losing his CEO seat at DiMera Enterprises. He is looking at federal prison, the FDA shutting down the hospital, and Abe Carver probably strangling him with his bare hands. Because she knows EJ is dangerous, she realized she needed an ironclad insurance policy to protect herself. If Gwen faces a grim fate, or even just mysteriously vanishes, her lawyer is instructed to send a sealed letter directly to Leo. And this letter? Oh my god, you guys. It exposes everything. all of EJ's dirty little secrets, his crimes, his shady backdoor dealings. Every single skeleton in his very expensive, perfectly tailored closet will be dragged out into the light if something terrible happens to her. Am I the only one who thinks this is the smartest thing she's ever done? She's literally holding his entire life hostage from beyond the potential grave. I mean, I hate what EJ did to her, but I kind of love how much it pushed her to become this mastermind. Maybe I'm being too harsh on EJ. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. He brought this on himself. Can we just take a second to appreciate the Gwen and Leo dynamic? Giving Leo the keys to the EJ DiMera takedown is so incredibly chaotic, and I am absolutely here for it. But let's be real, it's also incredibly risky. I mean, Leo is Leo. He's greedy, he's a total gossip, and he loves attention more than he loves oxygen. Right now, he is so distracted by Javi and Gus and trying to sabotage their relationship. But he also genuinely cares about Gwen. Their friendship is honestly one of the only pure things left on this show, even if they are both toxic as hell to everyone else around them. Leo is sitting there right now, obsessing over Javi Hernandez and trying to ruin Gus's firefighter application because he can't let go of his ex. He is petty and he is messy. But if he gets that letter from Gwen's lawyer, all that petty drama goes out the window. He will go into full investigative journalist mode. Lady Whistleblower will be back with a vengeance. He will want to burn EJ's empire to the ground to avenge his bestie. But here is where my brain is just spinning out of control. Because this is Days, right? Things never, ever go according to plan. Remember when they tried this kind of blackmail hidden letter plot with Sammy back in the day? Yeah, didn't work then either. It always backfires. And it's so incredibly easy to see how Gwen's master plan could just spontaneously combust in her face. Let's just break down the reality of living in Salem for a second. What if Gwen just falls into a situation where she becomes someone's hostage? She'd be completely unable to stop the letter from reaching Leo. Kidnapping and captivity scenarios are the absolute standard. It's practically a rite of passage at this point. Look at Stephanie and Owen Kent. And Gwen has a serious knack for getting on the bad side of practically everyone in Duel. EJ is not her only enemy. Someone else entirely could be responsible for her potential hostage drama depending on how things play out. Like, what about Kristen DiMera? Or Xander? And speaking of Xander, what is he even doing? He's supposed to be trying to be a better man for Victoria, but instead, he's sneaking around hotel rooms with Kristen DiMera. Kristen, the woman who kidnapped Sarah and shoved her on an island. Right now, in the timeline, Gwen is literally banging on Xander's hotel room door while he is in there cozied up with Kristen. If Gwen walks in on that, she is going to absolutely lose her mind. The jealousy alone will be off the charts. But Kristen is dangerous. She's currently trying to get Xander to assassinate EJ. So if Gwen stumbles into that murder plot, Kristen will not hesitate to silence her. A quick bop on the head, a one-way ticket to a secret DiMera tunnel, and boom, Gwen is missing. There are a million scenarios where Gwen gets trapped, stuck on an island, locked in a DiMera crypt, and has literally no way to stop that lawyer from mailing the letter. Okay, so here is what I think is going to happen. And I'm dreading it, but also I kind of want to see the absolute mess it causes. I don't think Gwen is actually going to die. I know the leaks are pointing to a grim fate, but come on. This is the soap world! Death is just a mild temporary inconvenience, unless we see a body, and even then, Doctor. Rolf is usually waiting in the wings with a magical syringe, but I think the plan is going to misfire. I think Gwen is going to be alive and well, but someone is going to come after her and potentially throw her into captivity. So, picture this. Gwen gets snatched by enemy number 2. Maybe Kristen. Maybe someone random. She's locked in a basement. The deadline passes. The lawyer, thinking she's dead, sends the letter to Leo. Leo gets this letter and completely loses his mind. He's going to assume that EJ murdered his best friend, just like she feared he would. And you know what Leo is going to do when he's grieving and furious? He is going to seek revenge. He is going to publish that story so fast his tablet will catch fire. He's going to release all the chaos, drop the damning news on EJ, cause a massive town-wide scandal, and then what? Gwen is going to turn up alive a month later, walking into the Brady pub for a chowder like nothing happened, only to find the entire town in ruins and EJ out for literal blood because her insurance policy ruined his life by accident. She's going to be left with the biggest mess to clean up once her survival is exposed. The hospital board will have fired EJ. Lexi's failing health will be front page news. It will be a disaster. I cannot wait. But also, I'm so stressed about it. If they actually kill her, like, for real, I am rioting. I swear I'm done with this show if they do. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'd never quit. I'm way too emotionally invested in this stupid, dramatic town, and I've given them too many years of my life to stop now. But I will be very upset online. I will write so many angry forum posts you have no idea. It's just so frustrating because I want Gwen to win, you know? I want her to get the hospital. I want her to beat EJ at his own game. But I also know that happiness and success in Salem last for exactly 1.5 episodes before someone crashes a wedding or gets pushed down a flight of stairs. And the fact that Leo is the one holding the detonator to this bomb, it's poetic cinema. It really is. The writers have outdone themselves with this setup. Until then, these leaks prove that Leo might be about to unleash some serious, incriminating news about EJ and stir up the ultimate trouble. Anyway, I need to go to sleep. My eyes are literally burning from staring at my screen in the dark. But please tell me I'm not crazy for thinking this is the best setup we've had all year. Keep your eyes glued to the screen, folks, because we need to stay tuned. Things are about to get unhinged, and I am so ready for the ride.